Being open to receiving is a feminine trait. The masculine gives and provides, the feminine receives. Yet so many women have problems with receiving for many reasons, including feeling unworthy, fear of someone holding it over their heads, or fear of being vulnerable. I've noticed how women today are taught not to receive and that receiving is bad. We are bombarded with messages of never depending on others, never asking others for help, providing for ourselves, not being a burden to others, and that you are unworthy unless you provide everything for yourself by yourself. Some women don't even feel worthy of receiving a complimentary date from men. They insist that they pay their own way because they simply cannot receive. Some women are afraid of asking for help when they need it because they think it's weak. And this keeps women from being able to receive comfortably from others. You won't feel open to receiving if you feel unworthy, afraid, or like a burden to others. A lot of women have unfortunately lost touch with this feminine trait. And receiving can be in the form of gifts, help, or something as small as compliments. Being able to receive is a vulnerable position, but the feminine is also about being vulnerable and knowing when to trust. Receiving help or assistance is not weak. No one is meant to do everything 100% themselves. And being able to receive is an underrated gift to have. Think about, have you ever tried to give someone a thoughtful gift or offer them some much needed help and they reject it? It makes you, the giver, feel bad, like they don't appreciate you or your efforts. Eventually, the person who is unable to receive runs all of their help away. So being able to receive is a good thing, especially in relationships with masculine men. They thrive on your ability to receive, and they love to give. The giver gets just as much satisfaction and joy from giving as the receiver gets from receiving. It feels equally as good to give someone a great gift, like a child on Christmas or your mother on Mother's Day. The giver loves to see that the receiver appreciated the gift and the effort. But also, not to mention what this does to the person who is unable to receive. They end up feeling isolated, stressed, and burned out because they're doing everything themselves and cannot accept help or receive assistance. In order to learn how to receive, you have to identify your blocks and ask yourself questions like, why am I afraid of receiving? What holds me back from being open to receiving from others? Do I feel unworthy? Why? It is important to remember that it is natural for women to be receivers. We receive more than we give in certain situations, such as relationships. And this doesn't mean we are a burden. It doesn't mean we have to give more to be worthy. And it doesn't mean you owe anyone for helping you or giving you something. Receiving is just that. You receive and be grateful. Say thank you. You deserve to be treated and gifted. You don't have to give anything back in return to pay anyone back. Just receive. Your receiving is your giving.